Alright guys, the stinky stuff is about to go. Rattly windows. Yeah, when the wind blows there, these old windows, they rattle like crazy. That was the stuff that was in there. So you can see all the mouse stuff that was in there. Now that dresser, this one here, which might have been from my grandmother and grandfather, this they picked up somewhere else. Believe it or not, that's dry. I know it looks really, really bad, and then of course with the symbol shade, it makes it darker. But it's actually drying out, so that's good. So what was happening is that dresser was sitting here, and the linoleum was holding in the moisture, and which probably predominantly comes from the bathtub. But there's one other spot that it might come from, but until I get up in the attic, I won't be able to show you because I don't know the status of it. But I'm going to do that probably next week, the week after. There's going to be like a ton of little projects that I got to do to winterize the place to stop the leaking, you know, as much as possible. Like the basement, I'll have to deal with that next year. But straight up there, here, I'll see if I can zoom in a bit. Yeah, you see there's like a hole right there. Wait for it there. Yeah, that's I think the bathroom vent thing, and I took it off the roof. So what's happened? Did it just rain again? Weird. Okay, that's coming along. Let that smolder. But anyway, what's happened is that what I'm thinking. I don't think you can see. Yeah, there's the air stack there. So, oh yeah. So that comes from. That's your. Okay, so that's the bathtub. From the bathtub there. It's dry, that's good. But you can see there looks like there's a bit of leakage there from probably the roof snow, right? So it got torn off the roof, and my brother tried to put a piece back on, but it didn't work. But this is basically your vent. If you don't have this, your bathtub's going to back up. It could be also plumbed over to the sink. I'll have to see. It looks like it goes right through the basement. So it probably plumbs over to the sink as well. You need like a vent, right? Or else you get gurgling and all that. So these are the drawers that I'm keeping. I just took the photos to send to my friend Amanda for this dresser, for this, and this. See how the dehumidifier is going to help. Check that in a little bit. I'm going to bag all that stuff up. So get it out of here. Because that's part of the smell, you know. The more I get out of here, the better. And then I'm going to get into here. I'll pull the bags out just so I can get some air in there. And so I can sweep. Like, once I'm able to sweep all, here's all dirty shoes and stuff like that. All that dog hair, right? Once I'm able to sweep all that dog hair out of here, like every time I sweep an area, it smells better in that area. Getting rid of that couch was the biggest stink in here. I don't know how bad the chair actually is. It's not as bad. So I don't think they've had it as long, but the dogs were sleeping on the couch. But these dressers and stuff like that, they need to be cleaned because they do smell a bit too. You can see like the mouse droppings. So she's going to have to clean all that. But it's, you know, nothing that Javix won't fix. You know what I mean? A little bit of airing out, and the same with that cabinet. I'm going to go at it with the a vinegar solution, let it dry, then pine sol it. It'll smell great. Same with the drawers. Get all that done. But you see, like that's the mouse droppings. You know, like they didn't stay on top of it, right? I hate to be bashing on my brother and my sister-in-law, but you know they didn't stay on top of it, and it's a good example to show you guys, like if you do get a place like this, you know what you're gonna have to get rid. Like you're just gonna have to take everything out. The washing machine is fine; it needs to be cleaned. Trick with a washing machine is when you're done your laundry, just leave the top open so it doesn't get moldy and musty in there. That works. I'm just going to have to replumb that thing. I think he was actually letting it go into the basement. That's horrible. They're doing well up home. They you know, the windows. My dad and I are keeping the windows open. The dog is the biggest issue up there because that was the biggest issues down here was the two dogs. One dog's now unfortunately no longer with us, but it's kind of like it's unfortunate for the dog. It was a nice dog, but it had to be put down. But God knows what made the dog sick. You know, like you know, that cupboard there was full of that, like that, right? My nephew, my sister-in-law, my brother, they were like sick all the time, right? Because they never opened the windows and they didn't clean enough. But when you overpack things, and people do that, we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it, but I declutter like once a year. Like all this stuff is all going. Maybe this works, I'll keep it, I'll wash it. The blender, maybe it works, I'll keep it, I'll wash it, right? I think, that might work, but I think the beaters were rusted out, so need new beaters. But you can buy stuff like that. So anything that's keepable and cleanable, like glass, you can always disinfect glass. Like glass is good for 10,000 years, you know what I mean? But anything with like fabric and stuff like that, it's not that you can't get it clean. You can get a steam cleaner and really clean these things out. Leather couch is a little bit trickier. There is a way to do it with a steam cleaner, but you got to be very, very thorough with it. If I find that the chair just can't get cleaned enough, then yeah, I'll chuck that chair and get another chair. But like chairs like this, you just wipe them down with the Lysol. So I'm gonna get this out. So, but this is actually not too bad. Like it's a nice. I have no use for it, right? Like I've got this coffee table, which is smaller, and that there is like all this stuff is sitting in my piano zone. Like there might be a grand piano there, an upright piano. There might be an upright piano here and a grand piano there. It depends on how many jack screws I can find to prop up the basement. Because if I have like, you know, like 3,000 pounds of pianos up here, I'm not saying that they'd go through the floor, but they might, you know what I mean? But everything goes, like, there was a local piano for free and somebody snagged it, I think. Yeah, like already. So I was like, okay. But there's a couple of towns over. There's pianos all over the place. It's just getting them in here. So I could probably get the grand piano through this door. But I think what we're gonna do is I'll just take the screw out of that and back the trailer right up to it and just ramp it right in. Eventually, I'm gonna fix that door and all. Like there's a whole bunch of little projects in here to do. There's really nothing major. Okay, yeah, the bathtub is a major project. There's no doubt about that. But it's lived this long. That way I can deal with it. And again, the back window sill, like the flashing on the back window sill is all gone. It's just wood out there. And what I think is happening is it's leaking through the wall. And that's what's coming out here. I'm sure if I moved this, it would be... But it seems to be a majority here for whatever reason. So I got to figure out what the leak is there. My hunch is from the windows. Outside, so I'm going to seal those up, right? And look at my bleeding guitars. About to hear one of them pretty soon. But like yeah, like this windowsill, you can see outside there, it's uncovered, so you can see it has moisture in it. My brother did put another pane, like a window thing on it to protect it, but it wasn't enough. So I'm going to come around it. I'm going to get the spray foam, all that stuff. So all that stuff has to be done between now and, you know, before the snow flies. Then the bathtub, this is the temporary solution until I get some caulking, just to cover the holes for now. And then, you know, I'll get some stuff and get in behind it. Eventually all this has to be ripped out because that's just linoleum, I'm sure. No, it could be bathroom stuff, but it's like, that's when, you know, like this can live for now is what I'm saying. And then, you know, rip out the floor there and redo it. All that good stuff. I'm going to have to check that in about an hour. See how much moisture I pull out of here. And pulling the moisture out will also help with the smell. And again, like right now, it's like fresh air in here. Yeah. Like it's really not that bad. That's the stuff that's stinking. Right now, once that's gone and everything's wiped out, and the fact that there's, you know, I may get a dog in the future, but like that dog's not going to live in the house 24/7. That's the biggest problem, is that dog, like it needs a new home, somewhere where it can run, you know, and stuff like that. There's a sled dog guy up the road that I think they got him from, and maybe they could sweet talk him to taking it back, and that'd be the best thing for that dog. It could become a part of a dog sled team. you know, it could run. That's a big thing with those dogs is they build anxiety because they have to be running and burning off that energy all the time, right? Keeping the door open. It poured this morning, but it didn't seem to leak in here. So it probably takes a couple of hours for it to leak right through, whatever. But, you know, when I get in there and clean out there, that's going to be the trickiest part is cleaning down there. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can get some of these shoes and all that stuff out. I only got an hour and a half to get everything done, or basically maybe an hour actually, because I got to get cleaned up and all that. Get over to the church for the annual church thing. I usually don't miss it. I donate $20 to the church. I did a pro bono work killing the wasp nest yesterday. So, all right. So I'm gonna keep motoring on this, and yeah, I'll show you as I go.